Today I wanted to talk about the Kenyan diaspora. But before I go on, I just want to say thank you for all of you who have liked and subscribed. Thank you for all your support, all your comments, all your feedback. I really appreciate it. So if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. Okay, now, Kenya has a fairly large diaspora living outside the country, and this is testament to the collapsed system that is in Kenya, that Kenya is bleeding people. People feel like they don't have a choice but to leave Kenya just to try and survive. Now, I wanted to talk about this diaspora. And what I want to say is that the Kenyan diaspora abroad is one group of amazing people. These are like our best of the best. That is not to say that the people in Kenya are not amazing, but the diaspora people, you have to admit, they are amazing. I mean, just look at the numbers. This is not me being emotional. Again, I am never emotional. It's never about emotions or feelings. We are talking about numbers. Just look at the numbers. In the first quarter of 2021, yes, this year, they sent $829 million to Kenya. Think about that. $829 million in cash to Kenya. See, this is amazing. And they're sending all this money despite the economic crisis that has been the result of this healthcare crisis. Despite all the problems that they're having in those countries abroad, they are still sending money, even more money. And in fact, this quarter, the first quarter of 2021, they broke a record. They keep on breaking records. Isn't that amazing? And these are people who are true hustlers. I mean, when you think about the average diaspora, you don't even want to know what they did to end up in that country. You don't even know the loopholes, the panya routes, all the things they had to do just to land in a foreign country. Many times they don't know anyone, and somehow they're able to survive. Not only survive, but also send money to Kenya. And these are people, many of whom don't have papers. And despite all that, despite all the difficulty, despite all the hell they go through, the drama from the immigration systems abroad, despite all that, they're able to send this kind of money. So you can imagine the level of personal sacrifice that they are making to send this money. So if you are a diaspora Kenyan, I just want to say congratulations. You are amazing. I appreciate you. And I just wanted to produce this video to tell you that. And for the rest of us in Kenya, really, you should give them a big hand clap. Because without these remittances, let me tell you, the economy would be in ICU. Yeah, the elite have mismanaged that economy so badly that without this cash injection, Kenya would be in ICU right now. They could not even be able to meet payroll of the government employees. And inflation would be horrible because they'd be printing money. So the diaspora of Kenya is the sharp edge of the Kenyan sword. They are the frontline troops battling poverty in Kenya, despite all the things that they go through. If you've never been in a foreign land with no papers, or with a job that you're getting mistreated, you'd never understand what people go through. In some of these countries, people are working many jobs. They don't even sleep. They are living very difficult lives. But they're faithful enough to send money back home. And that speaks, so well to the Kenyan spirit, that people are, they're still loyal to their families. Despite everything, they still send money to their families. So that is just amazing, and that's good news. Very good. Now, when you think of how neglectful the elite that rules over Kenya is towards the diaspora, it's really heartbreaking. Because I was watching this, there was an incident I saw whereby a Kenyan was beaten up by the police in Lebanon. And another Kenyan was arrested in the Dominican Republic and beaten up by the police. And in both cases, the government did not intervene. Not even sending a diplomatic note. Nothing. How do you explain that? They absolutely don't care for any Kenyans abroad. Which is, I think that's terrible. So you wonder, how do they justify that kind of attitude to the goose that is laying the golden egg? You'd think that logically you want to protect this goose because it's bringing you a lot of value. If anything happens to it, you run to save it. But no, not the Kenyan elite. They couldn't care less. And the other thing I saw, did you see that video of these Kenyan women in Lebanon who'd been abandoned by their employers and they were sleeping outside? Do you remember that? You didn't see it. It was online. Yeah, people were sleeping on the streets. As always, the government had to be begged to send a plane to get them. Begged. And these are people who are sending $829 million in a single quarter. And do you remember the incident in China where they were kicking Africans out of houses and denying them medical care, all sorts of things? Do you remember what happened? The government issued a statement. What did they say? They defended the Chinese. That's how pathetic this elite is. They defended the Chinese. They did not speak up for the Kenyans who are being mistreated. And this is a group that is sending $829 million in a single quarter. Just think of that attitude that they have towards us. So that every Kenyan who goes abroad, they know they are on their own. The elite will not help you, will not serve you. And in fact, the thing is so bad that the government signed an agreement with the United States to facilitate deportations of Kenyans from the US. Yeah. Other countries refused. Said, no, we are not signing that thing. You will not deport anyone back here. No. But our elite was very quick to run to sign. And the minute they signed, you saw plane loads of Kenyans getting deported. So the elite is very quick to betray the people. You see? And the diaspora people are, patriotic, loyal. I don't even know how they're able to remain so loyal in a country that is so disloyal to them. That's some patriotism. Sending all this money to save the government from feeling the effects of their own mismanagement over the economy. And the same government is very quick to betray them at every opportunity. They never fail to take an opportunity to betray the diaspora Kenyans. So kudos to you if you're diaspora. That speaks a lot. And I was also thinking that in this coming election, if you have diaspora people running for member of parliament or for governorships or whatever they'll be running, kindly vote for them. If you hear they are diaspora, vote for them. Because these are people who've proven to be faithful to Kenya, to be loyal to Kenya, to be patriotic. Through money. What further loyalty do you want? $829 million, all of them deserve to be MPs. If you're to ask me. Yeah. While the current MPs are giving away our money, the diaspora are sending in money. You remember this parliament ratified the criminal agreement for the British not to pay taxes in Kenya for 25 years. So that when they import their Johnny Walker, their Guinness, they're not paying any tax. But when you buy that Johnny Walker, you have to pay tax. You have to pay VAT. But they don't pay taxes at all for 25 years. And the parliament ratified that. For that single thing that they did, they deserve to be, all of them to be fired. Therefore, if people come from the diaspora wanting to become an MP, vote for them. They're bringing money to Kenya. And the people who are there right now are giving away money. They're taking away our money. Putting us into even more problems. Why? Because the Mzungu is God. So the Mzungu doesn't pay taxes. He is special. But we pay taxes because we are not special. So when you have such a parliament, you want to get rid of them as soon as possible. Anyone who takes money from your pocket, you get rid of them. Anyone who brings money into your pocket, you make them your king. Isn't that logical? Therefore, the diaspora people are bringing in huge amounts of money to Kenya. This is 829 million in 1 quarter. You understand? It's not for the whole year. If it was for the whole year, that would be extremely impressive. This is just 1 quarter. So, going by these projections, by the time we get to the end of the year, how much money do you think they will have sent if they keep up the same rate? Think about that. They'll have sent almost $3 billion from hustling abroad. Those difficult jobs that they do. Almost $3 billion. Now, people who are bringing you that kind of money, liquid cash, 3 billion. Surely, do they not deserve to be in leadership? So, kindly, if next year in your area there is someone from the diaspora running for any office, kindly vote for them. They deserve it. I'm telling you. They absolutely deserve it. So, some of the issues that they're having that the current elite has totally refused to address is, you may think it's not important, but I think it is important, especially for them. For example, in Kenya, if you live outside of Kenya for, I think, 2 years or more, you're allowed to bring in your household goods without paying any taxes at the port. But, they have conditions. For example, most people, want to bring their car back to Kenya. But the government prevents them from bringing their car into Kenya because they say the car is left-handed drive, or the car is 15 years old, or you're just limited to 1 car. Well, I think that is outrageous as far as I'm concerned. So what if the car is left-hand drive? So what? So what if the car is 15 years old? And why would you limit them to 1 car? These are people who are bringing in over 3 billion every year. Surely, you should be able to allow them to bring in even 3 cars. Surely, you should be able to allow them to bring in their left-hand cars. What is the problem with the left-hand cars? Just tell them this. You have 6 months to transfer the steering wheel to the right side. And once they get the car inside Kenya, they can always buy the right-hand side dashboard. And it can be transferred. Why would you prevent them from bringing in their cars? You should be allowing them to bring in their cars as a thank you for all the money they're sending into Kenya. But the government frustrates them over and over and over again. That you can't bring in your car. It's outrageous. I think they should be allowed absolutely to bring in up to 3 cars. Yes, per family member, without paying any duty. The other thing that is painful is that the government signed an agreement with the Americans to be reporting to the IRS the income of Kenyans who are in the diaspora. Now, people are underground, right? People are hustling, right? Why would you report them to the IRS? Why would you do that? Why? You should be helping them survive underground because they're sending a lot of money to Kenya. You're not supposed to be betraying them to the IRS. So, some of these things, they don't make sense. This Mzungu worship, it's too much. That you cannot even see what is in your best interest. And the other diaspora, let me tell you, the other diaspora that they ignore is the Somali diaspora. Let me tell you, the Somali diaspora is the Kenyan diaspora. And I'm not talking about Kenyan Somalis. I'm talking about Somalis. The Somali diaspora is the Kenyan diaspora. Why? Because they send their money to Kenya also. They also invest in Kenya. And in fact, it is the Somalis who are the first to be the large-scale investors in Kenya. And you saw what the government did to them. Do you remember the Somalis, what they were doing? They were going into the high seas. And they were arresting the ships that were passing on their waters without paying any taxes. So they would go to the high seas, they would arrest those ships, and they would charge them a tax to pass through their territory. Because those ships were stealing the fish. They were poaching fish. So the Somali fishermen were starving. So they said, we won't starve. Let's go and stop them. So they would go into the ocean, stop, those ships that were stealing the fish and poaching the fish. and charge them a fine. All that money would be brought to Nairobi. Yeah. That's how come the Nairobi economy expanded so greatly. It was the Somalis who were bringing all those remittances back into Kenya. What did Kenya do? Kenya was given instructions by the American government, and they were told, you have to attack the Somalis. And they sent the troops to attack the Somalis. Can you believe it? You are attacking people who are bringing you money. I don't know, claiming it is piracy. How is it piracy? If people are passing through your waters and they're not paying taxes, and you organize yourselves to tax them, how is that piracy? How is that piracy? If people are coming into your territorial waters and stealing the fish, you mean to tell me you're not supposed to defend your own resources? How is that piracy? So they would bring all that money back to Kenya. And outrageously, they were attacked. Because Mzungu has said so. You see what I'm saying? So even today, the Somali Diaspora sends a lot of money to Kenya. I'm telling you, a lot of money to Kenya. We really, really gain from the Somali people. So we should also treat them well. We should, because their government has so many problems. Somali nationals should be able to go to the Kenyan embassy in any country in the world and be able to get special assistance. Given the amount of money they're also sending to Kenya. The money passes through Nairobi. And when the day that money will be pulled from Kenya, you will feel the effect of it. So we really need to protect anyone who's bringing in money. We should be able to sort them out. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, so to all of you in the diaspora, all of you who don't sleep, working so many hours, doing difficult jobs, unpleasant jobs, thank you so much for your patriotism, for your loyalty, and for your love of Kenya. So I'm speaking on my own behalf. I don't represent anyone. So I want to say thank you. And I appreciate you. And I hope you come back to Kenya and run for elections. And when you run for elections, remind the people that you are a diaspora Kenyan and you deserve to be in that parliament. I hope they fire all those MPs and they put diaspora Kenyans in their positions. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and comment below. Kenya's time has come. Our time has come. Your time has come. A time to succeed and not fail. A time to grow wealth and not poverty. A time to go up and not down. It's time for you to stop walking and drive your car. Stop renting and buy yourself a house. It's your time to get blessed. Join the CCV movement and together let us kick poverty and unemployment out of Kenya. Become a member today. Donate what you can. And remember that the CCV is the only political organization in Kenya that is squarely built upon Christian values, unlike the rest. We'll see you next time. Thank you.